and it's really late, so I don't think I've ever done a really late live stream like this, but just ended up that way. So I'll give it a minute. Here we go. Just regular old MRE on the menu tonight. Southwest beef and black beans. I really had some slim pickings. I had something rice and bean bowl or something. It was. It didn't say vegetarian on it that I could see. I need to go get that out again. But it was menu 14, so I'm sure it was a vegetarian menu. Had cheese tortellini and 2 sausage, I think, and that was it. That was all I had in the case. So I picked what I would actually want to eat right now, and that's menu 24, Southwest beef and black beans. And I think this is a 22, maybe a 23. I'm not sure. It's a warning, so it's not going to have a date stamp on it, but it'd be nice if it did. It would be nice. Let's zoom out a little bit here. Yeah, that's fine. The camera's lined up pretty straight. Something's crooked, though. Probably the back board. That's what it is. So let's tilt up. Slightly zoom in. And I might have... I don't know. So I hadn't been able to log into MRE Info for a few weeks. And I started talking to K-Man about it. And he started digging into it, trying to figure out what was going on. It has, up to this point, still stumped 2 software engineers. So he messed with it for a while, and he's like, I want to get my buddy in on this. And they still couldn't figure it out. He's just kind of having me do stuff. I'm doing whatever he tells me to do. And they still haven't figured it out why I can't open up MRE Info. Right now, I do have it open right here, going through a proxy, but that's the only way I could do it. And when I done it this way, I couldn't just type in mreinfo.com. I had to type in www.mreinfo.com. So, interesting. Hey, what's up, Phoenix? Who else is here? Greg. Hey, what's up, Greg? What time is it for you over there, Greg? Gregory. A barbecue-shaped pork rib. Oh, no. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad. Them things, man, like, it's been a while since I had one. And they're... I would have to say that the MRE version at this point is better than the McDonald's McRib. I know that ain't saying much, but it's saying something. Let me real quick make a post. And I guess I'll turn the camera around so you guys ain't got to just stare at a MRE. Just stare at my ugly mug while I do this. Let's... Oh, no. I backed... Yeah, it's alright. I didn't need it anyway. Okay. Well... Okay. Crop this down. And see if I can't make a real quick post with a link. Select more photos. Yeah, that worked out nicely. Post the link. Glad I proofread that. It auto-corrected if to off. All right. Let me reopen the... Because I actually haven't even gotten a chance to read this, but... Okay, so it's not... Huh. It's in Safari, I think. Yeah, there we go. So... I saw this, but we were back and forth and back and forth. I'll just read through this really quick, because if you're interested in MREs and the like, there's some pretty interesting news on the home front here with the 2026 menus. I don't know how long ago K-Man put this post, or this title page. It's the title page now. But 2026 updates for MRE 46 and the new CCAR. So, major shifts in operational rations as of 2026. The new MRE 46 menus are entering the field with significant changes based on soldier feedback. Notable menu updates include the arrival of Cuban-style beef picadillo, Thai-style red curry, and the return of buffalo chicken. I did discuss this a little. Well, I didn't discuss it back and forth, but I told K-Man, I was like, I'm glad to see buffalo chicken come back. I like the original buffalo chicken. So if you guys have seen the two different versions, the first version was like finely shredded chicken, just smothered. It's like a soup of buffalo sauce with chicken in it. But it was pretty good. I think the second version, because the first 2 years were different. I think the second year came with tortillas, though, and it made for a really decent buffalo chicken wrap. And I haven't had that for a long time, but it was 2000. I think it might have been a 3 or 4 year run, actually. 2008 or 9, 10, 11. So it might have went to 2012. I can't remember. I could go back and look at the menus now that I can open up MREinfo.com. But I bought a few of them back in the day, and I have not seen them on the market. Like, that menu got eaten pretty quickly. For anybody that had those cases opened up, buffalo chicken would get snapped up pretty quick. So I'm glad to see buffalo chicken coming back. Hey, History Savior, look at that. Hey, I was just talking about the new menu arrivals. So we'll take, it's Cuban style beef picadillo, Thai style red curry, and the return of buffalo chicken. These entrees replace the legacy beef taco filling, pork sausage patty, and jalapeno pepper jack beef patty. Why did they get rid of some of the best menus? What are they doing? Like, seriously, those are up there with some of the, like, those are top 5, top 10 for sure. I mean, definitely top 10. There are at least 14. All right, take that back. There are at least 10 other menus, because we got to exclude the vegetarian versions, or one of these might be vegetarian. Anyways, what I'm like, they could have picked a lot of other MREs to replace, other than the pork sausage patty. That's a breakfast. Like, now what are we doing? What are we doing for breakfast? Ooh, it just burns me up. You gonna have buffalo chicken for breakfast? Who wants to eat buffalo chicken for breakfast? I mean, I get a lot of these guys are young and they got whatever. Like, you're not gonna want that typically. I could see, like, some weird day where you're like, man, I really want something hot and tangy for breakfast. But it's going to be a rare thing. Boy, it's been a minute. Sorry for my absence, brother. Well, dude, no need to be sorry. We're glad to see you pop in whenever you can. Elandil's here, too. Maybe I should start doing live streams later. I need to hurry through this, because I don't want to leave everybody waiting to get the MRE opened up. But I appreciate the super chat, History Savior. I really do. Link to History Savior's channel should be in my description, which it's a little weird and hard to get to now. It's not like it used to be real easy. It used to be just like a video when you were in a live stream. You could click down into the description. Now you got to like hold the screen, and I think, and then you can get to a menu, and then you got to click more or something. It's not just there like it used to be. Anyway, you might be able to click on his name and go to his channel and Elandil. Like, you might be able to do that now again, because it used to be for a long time you could do that. Then they took that away for whatever reason. I think that's a good feature. TikTok, you can do, like, if you're in the comments section, you can just click on their name, boop, you go to their page. That's the way it should be. And I think it's that way on live streams on TikTok too, now that I think about it. Anyways, back to this really quick summary of updates and what's going on MRE news-wise, because I have not read through this entire thing. I just read through that first bit and kind of started talking back and forth about the buffalo chicken. All right, the 2026 update also modernizes the accessory pack, anticipated that newer soldiers consume less hot coffee. So, of course, they have virtually, if not fully, eliminated coffee. So MRE 46 introduced caffeinated chews, gels, and gums, alongside new snacks like S'mores Recovery Bar and freeze-dried chocolate peanut butter bites. Man, I've bought those freeze-dried peanut butter bites on my own. I mean, they kind of make sense to eat out in the field and stuff, but that's an expensive processed snack that, in my personal opinion, they could have spent that money much more wisely elsewhere. And not having coffee, what are these kids doing? Like, you need your coffee, dude. Like, you need that hot drink when you get up. Come on, man. Come on. Look, I could see it being in half the menus, since it's less consumed now. But they don't need to take it away fully. Additionally, the Close Combat Assault ration, the CCAR, has officially replaced the First Strike ration. Fully available for production as of late 2025, the CCAR is 17% lighter and 39% smaller than its predecessor, the First Strike ration. It is designed to sustain high-mobility troops for up to 7 days with nutrient-dense, compressed, processed foods that require no preparation. I have not had any of the CCARs. I know that they're all over YouTube. I could buy a case of them right now for, I think, $200 is what I've seen. It might have been less than that. It might have been more than that. I can't remember. They're not cheap, but they're not too bad. And I think the case comes with 10 in it instead of 9 like the First Strike case came. Could be wrong, though. Oh, you just got your first CCR the other day? I'm not impressed with what I've seen. Look, if they're going to do the CCAR swap for First Strike rations, then they better get some menu versatility. They better get at least 10 menus there. Because 3 ain't cutting it. Like, 3 menus, that ain't it. Like, that ain't enough. And I just bought some. I didn't get a full case. And they're buried right here. But I did get a very weirdly shipped box of First Strike rations, and I got them super cheap. I talked about this either the last time I streamed or the time before, and I think I'm just going to guess, because I paid less than $90 or $80 for this. I got 7 of them. Or 8 of them. 7 or 8 of them. I don't know. Here, I'm just going to back out of here. I read all the update, or well, maybe that wasn't all the update news. Yeah, it was. Okay. I'll just go to eBay real quick, and I'll tell you exactly. I got them sitting right here next to me. I got stuff stacked on top of them. They didn't do the best job shipping them, and they didn't have. When I got them, there was no address on it whatsoever. I don't know how the post office even knew it was for me, unless they are the ones that accidentally ripped off the address, because somehow they knew it was for me. Okay, purchases. I missed out on a case of MCIs, and I've been kicking myself in the rear end for the last 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks, whatever it was. I paid $61.83 Nope. Yeah, total for the 7 First Strike rations that I got. So I got them for less than $10 a piece. I paid $49.95 plus $8.38 shipping. Dude, there's no way he shipped them for $8.38, unless somehow he was able to lie about them and got up. I don't know. There ain't no way though. That should have cost about $30 to ship. And it's a huge box, dude. Like it's the box is about that wide and about that tall. It's a great big old box. And but yeah, that's what I ended up getting right there. And they are, looks like, likely December 23s. So fresh, certainly fresh enough. What are they, just a couple years old, right? 23 to 24, 24 to 25, December 25. 2 years and 5 months old. Not bad, not bad. I look all disheveled. My hair, like my neck hair is all long, and my hair is all long. I feel disheveled. Okay, all right, let's get into this MRE. We're already 15, 20 minutes in, and I apologize. Let's just get into this thing. Let's do that. I seen on the screen somebody said smash the like button. Yes, please, if you don't mind, hit that like button or hit the thumbs down. I don't care. Just as long as you give Google its feedback, that's what it wants. And if you do hit that button and comment a lot, it might recommend this to more people that are scrolling through their screens, and our live stream might pop up on there for them, and they might just come in here and hang out with us for a minute. You never know. You never know. All right, let's try to fix that screen. Again, I can't remember if it's a 22 or 23. It is a menu 24. This is the last menu in the bunch. Southwest beef and black beans. You got your French on there. I wish French. And yeah, let's get this bad boy opened up. Oh, IFAC razor knife is well, I guess technically it's a scalpel, I think is what these are technically considered. I'm not sure. Everyday carry little razor blade. Oh, I thought we were double packaged here. Okay, we're not. All right, let's just see what's in here. First up, Chipotle tortillas. Looks like 2022, 111th day. So these must be 22s. I knew they were either 22s or 23s. I couldn't remember. And here is our sleeve. We'll look at that in a second. Here is our flameless ration heater. Yep. And we got our cherry and blueberry cobbler. Very nice. I actually kind of like the cherry blueberry cobbler sometimes. Sometimes it's better than others. I don't know. We have a teriyaki beef stick. They're all right. Kind of taste like they kind of taste like Penrose sausages, I think. And we got our hot beverage bag, which is really not that great. Depending on how big this one's not too bad. It's got a decent heat seal at the bottom of them. I've had them though where that heat seal is just like really small, and you go to make your coffee in it, shake it a couple times, and there goes your coffee all over the place. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I don't use these now. I just go ahead and dirty a cup because I don't want to wear coffee, you know. All right. Next up, we have, an accessory pack that actually has coffee in it. Yay. That's wonderful. We have some classic cheese spread. No jalapeno in this. That is disappointing. Definitely would have liked to have seen jalapeno cheese spread. We got our partially biodegradable MRE spoon. We have an applesauce pound cake. I haven't had one of these in a long time. Cool. And last but definitely not least, we have our main, the Southwest beef and black beans. With black beans, whatever. It doesn't even say that. What's that say? It just says Southwest beef. Where's the black beans? Huh. Oh, well. Our sleeves, real quick, we'll take a look. This is the Southwest style beef and black beans with sauce. Sleeve, 230 calories. We got, what, 9 grams of fat. Here, let me look through the screen. It'll be easier. Maybe not. 60 milligrams of cholesterol, 20% of your daily value. 3 grams added sugar, that's not bad. 21 grams of protein, that's pretty good. And sodium, 910 milligrams. Wow. 40% of your daily value. And this one is the, wait. You think the mark through it means it's not the one, right? Like, this one's for meatballs and marinara sauce. But why did they put another one in here? Huh. So the cherry and blueberry cobbler versus this one had 170 calories. But this one that I have right here has 220 calories. And there's some substantial differences here. Right? Yeah, cherry and blueberry cobbler. Okay. We're talking grams of fat is way different. 1 gram of fat here, 5 grams over here. 230 milligrams of sodium. This one's got 105 milligrams less, way less. Wow. This is just better all around. Let's see. Includes added sugars. This one over here is 18 grams. This one over here was 20 grams of added sugars. So more artificially added sugars over here than over here. Not a huge difference, but, well, 18 grams versus 20 grams. Yeah, not that big a difference. Big enough, though. And 5% difference. So I'm curious on the ingredients list here. What is the big difference? Over here, we have water, cherries, cookie. So there's actually, that's what they're using for the cobbler, is a cookie. I'm trying to get out of the parentheses there. Man, look at that list. It's just ridiculous. Thiamine, mononitrate, riboflavin, palm oil, sugar, water, pecans, corn flour, salt, non-fat milk, whey, artificial butter flavor. Yikes. Ow. I guess I didn't tell you guys. One of my cats passed away, Gigi, and Minnie. I'll have to tell you guys what happened with Minnie and what's going on with Minnie. Which she's about 20 years old. I don't know. She's not doing well. Anyways, I really want to look detailed at this list and see what the big differences are here. Because, like, what the heck? This one used dumplings. What's that say? Spätzle dumplings. And this one uses cookie. Huh. I'm going to have to do a comparison of an older style cherry blueberry cobbler versus a newer style with the cookie. All right. Well, let's keep it moving and grooving. Should I heat this up? Yeah, I'm going to heat it up. Heat up the blueberry cobbler or leave it cold? It's probably better cold. Well, yeah, I'll heat it up. All right, I'll be right back, folks. We're going to do a maximum of 4 minutes on this. Yeah, I can't tell if Minnie got... I didn't know that it could have possibly been Lyme disease. And then just today, or maybe last night, I found out that the government let loose 30,000 ticks in Virginia that were infected with Lyme disease. And they're likely the reason that Lyme disease is so rampant. They were also radioactive, by the way. I don't know what the purpose of that was. I didn't look into it that much. It just disgusted me when I saw it. I just, ugh. All right, what's the time? All right, I want to get that out when that says 30 minutes. Well, I need to cut my fingernails. It's been a week, man. I have not hardly slept. What'd I do with my tray? Huh. Yeah, okay, here it is. A little scatterbrained. A little bit scatterbrained. Been using the Melmac one. Last couple times, I think. All right. Tortillas. We'll put the dessert there. Beef stick there. Cecily. We didn't get a cold drink. What? Oh, man. Do I have access to any cold MRE drinks right now? Maybe. Maybe I... let me look real quick. I need something cold to drink. Shoot. Got this box right here that Scott sent me. I can't remember if he sent me any cold drinks in here or not. Oh, wow, he did. Look at here. This is going to be special. I ain't had one of these in a minute. Look at this. This is a 90s. I can tell just by the packaging. I'll check the date in a minute. But a 90s beverage base powder grape. Dates right here. Let's see. 93. That is a 332. So 93, the 332nd day. Wait a second. Hang on. I had that upside down. My bad. So this would be an 87, maybe? No, it wouldn't be an 87. This had to be a 97, right? Did they still have paper packs in 97? They didn't, did they? Seems to me like they went to the triple laminate by then. 7126 or 128. Hang on, let me see. 128. 7128. Huh. 97 maybe? It could be 87 or 97. There's a 10-year range where this could be. Wow. It's got to be. No. This looks like a 90s, like a early all the way up to mid-90s. They look like this from my memory, everywhere from like 89 to 94. And then they started using, it seems like they started using tri-laminate packs, but I know some of these carried over for a couple years because they had back stocks of these packaging, and they used them And same thing with other items as well. All right, let me go get those out. It's been 4 minutes. Okay. Set this to the side for now, and we'll get our drinks done. Open this accessory packet right quick. Alright, in here we've got some cinnamon chiclet style gum, a teeny tiny little pack of iodized salt. Guess it'll get you by, it'd be better than nothing. We got our Giannis Brothers non-dairy creamer. We got some Bill's Brew freeze-dried coffee. They also give you a pack of 0-calorie sweetener, which is sucralose and dextrose. A moist towelette. A teeny tiny pack of sugar. I know it's supposed to have more in it than it does. It's only got that much sugar in it. Just a little bit of sugar. Not enough for me. And last but not least, United States issued butt ration. Or napkin, or however you want to use it. I don't even know why I saved that stuff anymore. I've got so much of it, it ain't even funny. I need to give a bunch of stuff away, but nobody wants that stuff. Nobody wants a little teeny tiny pack of salt, a moist towelette, a thing of crappy gum, and some butt ration. Although, if things were to ever hit the fan, you gotta admit, those things would come in handy. I've got so much crap like that laying around my house, though, like, not only old military stuff, old food stuff, whatever, but, like, just food. I don't know how long I could survive off of just what's at my house. Now, after the first month or so, I would probably start eating stuff that I didn't like as well. I mean, that, you know, and then obviously would continue from there. But, yeah. Which cup are we going to use today? Let's go with Delicious. Since he is not here to represent himself, go click on Delicious MRE. Look it up. Go subscribe to his channel. Good dude. Love that guy. He's like a big teddy bear. I want to bring him to the United States and let him stay in my apartment that I'm building up there. I'd really like to see him make it over here and be able to put him up for however long you'd want to stay. A week or two or whatever. Look at that coffee. Look at that coffee. Little boulders of goodness. Little brown boulders of coffee flavor and caffeine. I'm going to eat one of these freeze-dried pieces of coffee. It's got a really nice flavor to it. I mean, it's bitter and stuff, but the coffee flavor is magnificent. All right, sugar. Where's the sugar at? They need to get more sugar. I'll have to get some out of my kitchen to add to it, maybe. Right. At least the creamer's still normal in 2022. I think they've changed it now too to something cheap. And the abundance that they're buying, I mean, there ain't no way that it ain't affordable. All right, set that there, and we will. I think this is the only cold drink that Scott sent me in that box of vintage and older extra stuff that he had laying around, and I almost hate to open. I mean, it feels perfect, so it'll be good. But you almost hate to open one up, you know. Every time we open one of these things up, that's one more thing that ain't, you know, it's gone. It is gone, and it ain't never coming back. Huh. I must have gotten rid of or lost. What did I do with my cups? Huh. What do I got down there? Hang on a second. Is that my Pink Floyd cup? Here, we'll use it. Providing it's clean enough. I had it sitting down there in the windowsill. That's a pretty cool cup. The wall. Some fingerprints on the back of it there, but it should polish off. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, that looks exactly like it's supposed to look. And it looks blue. Probably because it will be blue. Or no, it should be dark purple. The newer ones are blue. You know what? Heck with it. I'm going to eat all that. Sweet, tangy, artificially. And I say it every time I do this, but it tastes like a pixie stick. Tastes, I think, identical. I wonder if you was to empty out a bunch of pixie sticks. It'd take a lot to get this amount of powder, right? How many grams of powder is this? 34 grams of powder, right? So it'd take, I don't know, 100, 150 pixie sticks probably to get that amount of powder in a cup. But I wonder if you emptied a bunch of pixie sticks into a cup and then added water to it, if it would taste like a vintage beverage-based powder. I think I need to find some pixie sticks and try that, actually. Because if I could replicate vintage drink mixes just by cutting open a bunch of pixie sticks, it'd be well worth it. It'd be well worth the time and the trouble to pair all, you know, because they come in mixed flavors, so you'd have to pick out all the grape, you'd have to pick out all the cherry, you'd have to pick out all the orange. But, oh well, because that's exactly what this tastes like. I mean, there's not, I mean, I'm sure there's a little bit of difference because I've never compared them, like, at the exact same time. But the flavor of this is very, very similar to what pixie sticks taste like. Might be a little more tart, but this is like, I've noticed this before, but you see how there's two different colors in there. So like the purple is more along the grape flavoring that is kind of sour and stuff, and then the bluer looking stuff is more sugary, but it's also grape flavored. All right, then we do not have enough water. Nope. I'll have to go get some more. Go ahead and dump this in. I got about, what's this called for? Half canteen cup. Yeah, 12 ounces. Okay. Let me go get a bottle of water. Alright. We will just take it all out of this one bottle here. I seen a video where somebody tested the Walmart Great Value water, which is what I usually buy, the bottled water, and it had some crazy bad for you chemicals in it. So I stopped buying that and started buying this, which I need to look up and see what all kinds of crap is in it, because there's probably crap in it too. All right, here we go. Water added. That's probably about 10-ish ounces. I want it to be strong, so I'm gonna put it right there and combine these two bottles. That'd have been pretty close to enough of water, actually. The bigger part of the bottom part of the bottle, the bigger. I've been that shy of having enough. All right. Keep things moving here. Man, I cannot wait to get my studio set up and start moving all this crap out of my house. And I need to move too. So, next, I need to do the coffee. Let me go get some hot water. And, yeah. Go subscribe to Delicious's channel, Delicious MRE, while I'm going to get some hot water for my coffee. And we're back. The camera looks weird. I know it's where I got it set off to the side a little bit, but I don't know. I guess it's not too bad. Teriyaki beef stick. 74th day, 2022 on that. I bet this thing's packed with sodium. Some protein, maybe. Let's see, we got 450 milligrams of sodium, 19% your daily value, 25 milligrams of cholesterol. Wow. 8 grams of fat. Pretty high for no more than what's here. 6 grams of protein. Yeah, I'd kind of like to see more in this size of a beef stick. There we go. It's going to be your Bull's teriyaki beef stick. I might actually have one of them things sitting right here. I do, actually. I wonder if it's still any good. Holy, what the... Wow. I totally forgot about this thing. It's probably been a couple months, or maybe... I think this came out of the first strike ration. Look at this thing. Oh, my Lord. This is made out of real food. Look at how it just... Oh, wow. That's actually a good... I like to see that in food. When I like to see it decay. I see so much food nowadays that doesn't break down. It doesn't decay. This... Wait. Oh, dang it. This ain't the Bull's one. This is a Grayson Natural Farms. Oh, no wonder. No wonder. Ingredients is beef. #1 ingredient. Water, sugar, salt. Yeah. Anyway, This was, anyway. Wow, real food. I thought before the dark times. I hear you. Like in the the Fallout show. There's an episode of Rick and Morty too. The guy, like, they go to this alternate timeline or universe, whatever, and there's like this group of people that hunts other people, and they call it the Boom Boom Place or something like that. And they're eating. No, they mainly eat people. But Rick sets them up with electricity with that green rock. I gotta go get rid of that beef stick. It's gonna bother me knowing that it's sitting here. I just gotta go. I would bring Minnie in here to see you guys, but, or, whatever. She's just, she wants to be left alone. She's not doing very well. It sucks, man. It really sucks. She has been, I love that cat to death. She has been the best animal that we've probably ever had. Well, we've had good dogs and good cats. Like, all of our animals are loved, but she's been a really good one. She's not gone. I'm doing my best to try to nurse her back to some kind of health. I took her to the vet. She's got a lump in her stomach. She was gone for 2.5 days. She lost at least half of her body weight. She's nothing but skin and bones. But she's eating well. She's drinking well. She's drinking milk. She's been using the bathroom. Like, I don't know. I mean, she's tired. She coughs. She sneezes on occasion. So she's got at least some sort of cold going on, some sort of immune system thing going on. I should have heated these up as well. Oops. Hopefully they're nice and pliable. What the heck? You can see through it, but I didn't cut through it. That's weird. Huh. Well, I have to do it again. Interesting. I don't think I've ever had that happen like that before. What the heck? Still. That's tough packaging. Look how dark those things are. I mean, essentially they just smell like tortillas, though. Tortillas. And are they going to break? Probably. Yeah, they're probably going to break. I don't know what it is about these Chipotle ones, but they're more prone to splitting than the regulars are now. The regulars are pretty decent nowadays, but the ones back in the day, like, if you didn't heat them up good, they were going to break. Which is my fault for not heating these up. I should have heated them up. I wish I'd ate that other beef stick. I totally forgot about it. I set it over there, and then I just remembered. Set it over on the mantle. The store pizzas I buy. What is it? If you throw them in the microwave for 30 seconds under slightly damp. Yeah. Or just wet a paper towel and coat, slap it over top of them, wrap it up in it, fold the ends in. Yeah, that'll help too. I think this one's already, it's probably too far gone already to save it. I mean, I could try going throw it in the microwave. Yeah, why not? Let's experiment a little bit. It's super late anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Probably a lot of folks that are normally here are missing it because I'm so late. Is it my knife? Just that? It ain't been that long since I sharpened my knife. Oh yeah, look at that. Mmm. That smells like there's like a dessert cake that I get that has like, it's like a punch bowl cake kind of thing, and this kind of smells like that. The apple version. It smells kind of creamy. Oops. I made a mess. I'm gonna have to eat that. And that. Cinnamony. Very cinnamony. All right. What is that? Piece of dust or something? What was I going to do? Oh, yeah. I was going to microwave these. I was like, I know I was going to do something. Let me go grab a plate and a wet paper towel. I used sink water to wet this paper towel. That was kind of stupid. All right, let's do this like this. Plate, and I got my little thing. What are they called? Like splash guard thing. I'll throw that over top of it, and I'll give it 30 seconds. Is too long on my microwave. I mean, 10 seconds is probably long enough, actually. But I'll give it 20. Well, yeah, I'll do 20. Oh yeah, 20 seconds was definitely too long. All right, let's get our mains and our main and blueberry cobbler. There we go. Nice and hot still. That's what we want. We'll do the cherry and blueberry cobbler first. Gotta make our own tear notches because it's only meant to open like a bowl. Long ways. Oh man. There we go. Actually, I'm going to leave that set right there in that packaging for now. Keep it warm. Because it'll start cooling off real quick as soon as I take it out of that packaging. Alright, got to make her in tear notches again because there's only bold ones. Oh, what the? There we go. Southwest style beef with black beans. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a mess. That's some slop. This stuff, I've tried eating this cold, this one in particular, and yeah, no. I can tell you right now, I'm not a fan of, well, nobody really is. Just about any menu cold is it's gonna be rough, you know? All right. Let's dig in. Oh, man. I just took that to the trash and I forgot my top flaps here. That's all right. I got a place to put them. There we go. Put them over on the tortillas. Some pretty nice beef strips in there. Look at that. They're pretty light colored, though. I will say that. They've kind of lost their color. Let's see what it looks like inside. Yeah, some nice marbling in there. Nice fat. Not bad. I'll take that piece. They got nice char marks on them. I don't know if those are real, probably. But, all right. Here we go. Bite with a little everything in it. You got peppers. You got probably sun-dried tomatoes. You got your sauce, your beef strips. You got your beans. Might be some celery in there. I don't know. I have to look at the list. All right, here we go. Down the hatch. Wow. Really salty. Looks like we got dehydrated garlic is pretty high up on the list. I mean, it's not really prevalent in the flavor exactly, but it does enhance a lot of the flavor. Dehydrated onion, chili pepper, spice, yeast extract, grill flavor. You gotta love that. Modified cornstarch, corn syrup, blah, blah, blah. Modified food. Okay, we got tomatoes, black beans, corn, red bell peppers, green bell peppers, onions, garlic spices, cilantro, chicken broth, chicken fat, garlic powder, onion powder, yeast extract, carrot extract, tomato paste, minced garlic. Again, garlic is in here 3 times. Green jalapeno peppers, and that's about it. Some lemon juice. The minced garlic has much more flavor. Yeah. So, well, I don't know. Garlic extract's pretty intense too. So, but they definitely added, loaded this thing down with some garlic. They weren't messing around. Yeah, the beef has definitely got some fat content to it. And I like beans in a dish like this. Like, people say, oh, beans aren't supposed to be in chili. Well, I like beans in chili. And what are chili beans then? Like, aren't they meant to be in chili? I mean, I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's very thick. savory, salty. The tomato base really does kind of even everything out. It's pretty acidic. The beef texture is really nice. It's a very tender piece of beef. It's got nice flavor to it. That I don't know if that's real grill marks or if that's that grill flavoring added aspect. I would hope that this was actually grilled. All right, let me get one of our tortillas. Well, let's grab our tortillas here. All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're actually worse now. Actually worse. Huh. Falling apart. Ain't that a shame? Well, I guess we're going to eat this. Just kind of take a piece of tortilla. I don't think trying to wrap this up is going to be a good idea. Just because, well, maybe. I might be able to try to make like half a wrap here. Take the biggest piece of steak. Chop it up a little bit. Grain's going that way. Jeez, I ain't wanting to chop up. Huh. Dang, man. Get some of the beans and the sauce and all that good stuff. You don't want to make it too runny. But this stuff is pretty runny. I mean, it just is. Alright, that's probably going to be a mess. Anyway. Oh, there went a tomato. Try to put it back in there. Nope. It don't want to go in there. Get in your home. It's your home. Alright. There it is. Best I could do on a Southwest style beef, black beans. Here we go. It is super salty. I don't know if it's just because I've been avoiding salt now for a good while, so I pick up on it more, or if it's just really salty. I think it's just really salty. The tortilla is a nice touch, and it adds some nice flavor. Actually, adds some heat. Believe it or not, the tortilla's got a little kick to it. And I will add a little bit of this cheese spread. So now we got us a proper wrap going on here with some cheese. And this is the filling. And yeah. So the cheese cuts through the acidity and kind of levels everything out. It definitely doesn't taste as acidic, but it just has that very artificial cheese flavor. If that's your thing, that's cool. But I'm not a fan of the cheese spreads anymore. When I was a kid, maybe. But now that I'm a full-grown adult, I don't like the cheese spread as much anymore. Every once in a while, I'll take a hankering and want some, but, you know, it's exactly like what you think it is if you haven't had it. It's Cheese Whiz. It really is. Like, it's very similar to what you would find in, like, those little packets with the little breadsticks or the pretzels that you can, like, dig the cheese out. It's very similar tasting to that. Actually, I just had one of those yesterday or today. I can't remember. But, yeah, that's what it tastes like. I put way too much cheese on that. Ugh. It's rich, it's creamy, it's salty. But not my thing. Not my thing. All right, take that. We'll make us another bite of tortilla here. Some beans and some sauce. Whoa, Nelly. Alright. So hopefully I can eat this without making a huge mess of myself. But it's pretty messy to try to eat like this. Let's just throw the whole thing in your mouth. It's not too bad. Just these two, you don't need this. Tons of flavor. Tons of flavor. The beef is really nice. It's a little chewy. I don't mind it, though. Some people might say it's dry. But again, I don't mind it that way. I mean, it does take a little longer to chew it than I feel like it should. Showing that it's a cheaper cut of meat for sure. It's got that fat marbling through it. You'd think it'd be a little more tender, but it isn't. Loosen that sauce. Alright, one more bite. Let's take a bite with the spoon. Sorry, it is kind of hard to chew up. I feel like I need to eat this right now while it's hot. Yeah, that ain't gonna. I can't wrap anything like that. Let me just keep munching down here for a second. Take a couple more bites of this while it's hot. I don't need to eat the whole thing because I don't need it. I like the beans. All right, here we go. Who showed up? Oh, hey, Delicious is here. I was just talking about you, buddy. Hopefully had some people go to subscribe to your channel. While I was microwaving tortillas or something. I think that's what I was doing. All right. 2 more bites. I'm going to eat this half a tortilla while this is hot. And then I'll let the rest of it cool down. Like, this doesn't even need Tabasco. The Chipotle tortilla adds enough, like, little bit of heat to it. I assume that's where it's coming from, because When I tried this on its own and ate it on its own, I didn't really pick up on any heat. But when I have it on the tortilla like this, it's got a little, just a little tiny bit of spice to it. I mean, I'm sweating, actually. But maybe that's not from the tortilla. Mm-mm. I think I got it all in my beard. I think. Definitely felt it fall out. It got on my hand, but I don't know about my face. I feel like Tabasco might add some, I don't know, some flavor that might mix well with it. So put a few drops of Tabasco on there. Mm-hmm. Right there. Some corn and beans. Alright. Get this in my mouth before it falls. Go ahead. Alright, there we go. I'm just going to use the bowl so it doesn't. Here we go. Not better. The Tabasco actually brought more of the flavor of the beef out. It's kind of nice. I mean, it's not like super dramatic, but I do taste the beef more. Now, that could have been just a more flavorful piece of beef, but I don't think so. I'm going to credit the Tabasco for that. All right, I ate most of it. A couple bites left in there. Teriyaki beef stick. This does not have a way to easy open, so we'll do it like that. Oh, I thought that would just slide up out of there. I was very wrong. There we go. Oh, there we go. All right. Now, this is the Bulls brand. It's not like that Natural Farms one that we just saw. I think there's a pretty stark quality difference between the two. I could be wrong. But how much y'all want to bet that I could take a couple bites of this, put it back in the packaging, same thing I've done to the other one, leave it set for 2 to 3 weeks, come back, and it will look exactly like this? How much y'all want to bet? I'll put money on it. I'd make at least a $50 bet on that it would look more or less the same. It wouldn't look like the other one did. It might decay a little bit, you know, just because of time, but it wouldn't mold and break down like that last one did. This one does smell kind of like the Penrose, kind of vinegary, processed meat. Doesn't have like a sausage smell or anything. Surely don't smell like a Slim Jim or anything like that. I think Slim Jims smell good. All right, here we go. Bowls. Teriyaki. Beef stick. Yeah, that ain't nowhere near as good as that last one that I remember. Just going off of a somewhat distant memory. This is way more greasy. It coated my mouth. I don't like that. It's also slightly sweet. I don't like that either. Listen, my meat does not need to be sweet. It needs to be savory, not sweet. Maybe this will help it. I doubt it. We'll give it a try, though. It's way too sweet. I don't like that. The texture's fine. You know, it's not like off-putting or anything. Like, I've had them where they were just all wrong. That one, the texture's not bad. I feel like maybe they just tried to teriyaki it and ended up making it sweet. I don't really taste teriyaki. It's salty, savory, but sweet at the same time. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Not a fan. I have not stirred either one of my drinks. Is this my light colored? Hang on. I'll just use a Canadian Sport. We'll give the coffee a spin first. Yeah. Coffee. And here's our, let's see, it was 87 or 97 grape beverage base powder. Still a lot of sugar on the bottom of this thing that I can feel with the spoon. 12:22 in Ohio. Oh, is it 12:22? I think I didn't start till like 11, I think. I don't know what time I started. I didn't feel like it should have been 12:22 already. All right, I'm going for the grape drink first. I mean, it's got a good color to it. Can't really see it too well. It's really dark. It's a pretty bright flashlight. It's brand new. But here, hang on. Let's do this. Let's see if that helps. Not really. It's just that old school Kool-Aid dark purple color. At least it ain't blue like the new grape. Trying to be something that it's not. All right, here we go. Purple drink. It's refreshing. It's artificial. Grape. Just exactly like what you'd imagine. It's got a really nice viscosity. You know, it's kind of a... It's got a little bit of what kind of plays out like tannins in your mouth, kind of drying effect to it. That might actually have some real grape in it. It just might. Because that's the same mouthfeel that I get when I drink real grape juice. All right, it's cobbler time. Let's cobbler it up. Cherry and blueberry cobbler. Still nice and warm. And this has got cookie in it instead of the, oh, hey now, the old school dumpling. I didn't realize they had switched to cookie. Making a mess. Yep, I'm making a mess. All right. Clean up my bowl here. All right. That looks like, yeah, doesn't look appetizing, really. I mean, if we're being honest, look at that. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Looks like it's really soaked in the color. But hey, still kind of solid and bready. And yeah, I like the looks of that. You got your cherry and blueberry. That looks like a blueberry right there. It is definitely a real blueberry right there. See, I'd say it's probably blue, yeah, bluish purple on the inside, not white because of everything it's been sitting in. But yeah, let's give it a try. The cherry and blueberry cobbler with cookie instead of a dumpling. All right. So far, I mean, this is very soft, so it doesn't give you a whole lot of texture. I wish it had a little more texture to it, but it's better than it used to be. I don't know if it's just where this is fresher, newer, because I'd say over time this is going to break down just like the old ones did. So, I don't know. Bigger bite of the cookie here. It's got a really nice fruit flavor to it, though. The cherry certainly comes through. Blueberry, it does kind of mix in with the cherry, but the cherry's more pronounced. I do kind of like this, look at that, lighter color down in there. There. I guess it's some sort of like, I don't know what kind of cookie that would have been. It almost tastes like a fruit flavored cookie, like a cherry cookie. It does kind of remind me of like the top of a peach cobbler, like the flavor of whatever that breading that is that's on the top of a peach cobbler. That's kind of what that tastes like. Really, it does. I'm kind of shocked. I don't know if that's just because where my mind is at with it or what. But it's all right. It's better than others that I've had before. That's for sure. Come on. Very easy to eat. That's another bonus to it. It's kind of got a light creaminess to it. Like dairy creaminess to it. Very light, though. Probably coming from that cookie base or whatever it is. Hmm. Something a little crunchy in there. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. That is actually quite nice. Quite nice. We'll cleanse the old palate with some coffee. What was this? Bill's Brew, I think? It's got a nice bitter aftertaste to it, which I kind of like with a decent cup of coffee. Needs more sugar. It's got plenty of creamer, though. It's pretty balanced for a cup of coffee, I would say. And here is our applesauce pound cake. And it is glistening. I don't know if you can... Yeah, you can kind of see it. Like, the sugar has already started to separate out of this. I mean, it's... What is this? 4 years old? 23 to 24 to 25. No, it's 3 years and some months old. I don't know what the exact date was on this, but a little over, in between 3 and 4 years old. Yep. I fixed the camera. That's good enough. But these things smell like, they smell a lot like cinnamon. And you do smell the apple. It's just kind of a weird, it's a weird apple smell, I would have to say. You can see the pieces of apple in there. One right there. One right there. Come on. There you go. So it's actually got real fruit in it, which is, you know, that's a good thing, I guess, when you're talking about desserts. So we got 2 desserts with real fruit in them, being the cobbler and this pound cake. Kind of crazy to have 2 full-blown desserts like that. I mean, usually it's like M&Ms or something, but I like having both of these. All right. Pretty much just apple cinnamon. Pretty much. I think it's going to mix pretty well with the coffee. I think it'll fall apart if I try to dunk it in there, but I guess I can try. Yeah, it worked. That made it just dissolve in my mouth. Very, I don't know, exotic dessert. The way the coffee mixed with the flavor of the spiced apple pound cake. Huh. That's actually pretty good. I gotta have another bite like that. I'm just gonna eat the bite and take a drink. Yeah, that tastes like some fancy restaurant exotic dessert. The coffee flavor really works well with this. This on its own is unremarkable. It's decent, but it's nothing to write home about. But mixing it with the coffee like that makes it something special. But we've obviously got to put some of this in here. Right? Oh, yeah. That now looks amazing. Oh. All right, let's get a bite. The cake and the fruit filling. Here we go. That is really good. The cinnamon kind of enhances the cherry flavor, and just, I wouldn't say it's like real strong, but it changes it. It's not just like eating it raw. The two flavors certainly, I don't know, instead of standing alone, they mix. You know, sometimes when you mix two things together, you still just taste those two things. That really created a new flavor. I will say the cinnamon is strong. But that extra dry bready texture is nice. Nice to add to the quite slimy and gelatinous texture that we start with here. If nothing else, which this is a great main, that coffee's flavor is so strong that it kind of just overpowered this, but it did mix really well with it though at the same time. Man, this is pretty impressive. This is, I don't know if I've ever eaten all this stuff together like this. I'm sure I probably have. I don't know why this seems different, unless it's because the cobbler's different. But this is nice. I like it. I'm putting this in here, and I'm sticking it over there for a couple weeks. We're going to see what happens to it. I have to go back and look and see how long I left that one sitting, but I think it came out of that first strike ration a few weeks ago. Could be wrong. This is a good meal. I could have eaten the whole thing, but I don't need to. I mean, honestly, I only left like 2 bites. It's down to the bottom, really. Look. Just really, like, there's a bite, and there's a bite. You know, I might give some of that to Minnie. She might need some salt. That might help her hold some water better. I don't know. I took her to the vet, and she's got a lump in her stomach. They wouldn't touch her. Gave me paperwork for the only vet that they said near here that would, the closest vet that would take her and actually perform the surgery that she would likely need, because she has a growth on her stomach, like in her stomach. And he said just to walk through the door, Not the surgery or anything. Just to walk through the door, have her examined, was going to be at least $2,000. And then, obviously, any work that they've done after that, you know, use your imagination. Excuse me. So, she's almost 20 years old. I don't even know that she would make it through. At that time, I didn't even think that she would have made it through a major surgery like that. So, um, I kind of had opted against it. Honestly, I didn't think she was going to make it another couple of days. She literally lost half to 2/3 of her body weight. But she continues to do all the right things. She doesn't seem like she's in any pain. When I pet her, she purrs. You know, she's sleeping, she's eating, she's drinking. I've been giving her milk. She's been drinking that because I was worried she was dehydrated. Which, when she first showed up at the house, she was dehydrated. And I took her straight to the vet, and I told the vet that she was dehydrated. And then I was giving her milk to try to hydrate her. And he said it should be anything as long as you just get liquid into her. And I won't go into the other details about the other. It's weird what she's got going on there as well. I don't know. It's been, last week was my son's birthday, and his birthday party last Saturday. That's why I didn't stream last Saturday. Minnie had showed up probably a week before, roughly. She showed up, I think, on a Saturday or Sunday. Saturday, it must have been a Sunday. And I took her to the vet first thing Monday morning. Yeah. Now, looking back, I feel like had I taken her straight to the vet to have surgery, it might have worked. She's so freaking tough and resilient. And I just, there were things at that time when she first, like, she wasn't really wanting to eat. She wasn't wanting to drink water. But now, you know, it's kind of gradually gotten to where we're at now. She's drinking a lot of water. And she's doing stuff while she's drinking water that I realize she's been doing for a few months. And then, like, I never really thought this or thought about it, but my mom's dog got sick right around the same time. Lost a bunch of weight, you know, kind of just all of a sudden. She's lethargic. She feels like, Mom says she thinks her joints hurt. And it seems like, well, Mom thinks that she might have Lyme disease. I didn't know those were all symptoms and the way to diagnose Lyme disease or not, which, I mean, you need a blood test to properly diagnose it, I'm sure. But Minnie has all those things going on, except for maybe not the joint pain thing, but maybe, because she is doing like some weird stuff that makes me think that she kind of her joints might be hurting a little bit. I don't know. I feel like I at this point I didn't do the right thing, and I should have taken her. But at that time, I didn't think she could make it through it. And now, I don't know. She's drinking a lot of water, and I guess that's an indicator of possible Lyme disease. I didn't know that. And, but there, when she first showed up, she wasn't hardly drinking any, and that's why I went and I bought whole vitamin D milk. I usually do 2%. I'm a 2% guy. But after I started looking and comparing the two, there's virtually no difference between vitamin D whole milk and 2%. it is negligible at best. Like, they're very, 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 very similar. I think one has 3 grams of fat, the other one has 5. Um, Calorie is like one's 50 and one's 70, or 50 and 60, something. It's very, very small compared. I always thought vitamin D milk that's whole milk. I guess it's not really. I got a new lighter. It was cheap. It's pretty cool metal lighter. Got it for $1. They had these at, I'm sure they bought a place out or something, but they were at the Dollar Tree. So $1.25. But I got the chrome one. Amber got the gold one. I bought one of each, but I thought they were just going to be junk. I mean, it said metal on it, but I was like, that's probably junk. They're actually pretty nice. I don't like torch lighters like that, though. I burnt my eyelashes twice. I felt them curl up. Vintage. Yeah, let's just do a Canadian. Let's do an Export A. No, I must have done one of those recently. That thing feels very low. I think these are ones that I haven't done in a while. Let's see. Or maybe I did one of these last time. There's these and Players Club. Oh, wait, are these Players Club? These are Demure Distinct. Come on. These are hard to get out. I guess if you rip the tinfoil out, it'd make it easier. But dang. And they're wee little tiny. These wee little tiny cigarettes. They're smaller than a non-filter, and they have a filter. Non-filters are small. If you didn't know, obviously. They're a filter shorter than a regular. There we go. Usually I use a match, but this is a newer cigarette. So. Have y'all saw how much these like little mystery ball things are? I think back when I bought this, it was $3.99. Might have been $4.99. This would have been like 2019, 2018 whenever I bought this thing. It's got the little miniature foods in it. I guess I stuck some Werthers and some matches in this one. Those Werthers, I think, ow, came out of a foreign ration, if I'm not mistaken. German, yeah. I thought these came out of something like that, like a German. Made in Germany. Are they all made in Germany? Maybe. These are from 2017. A little older. At the White Castle Crave Crate. But the reason I brought this up, some sort of smoothie and a mason jar. Oh, it says Hard Rock Cafe. That's weird. Got the little Scrubway sandwich. We got some TGI Fridays. I think it's supposed to be chicken wings. Can't get it. Yeah, I can. Alright. Open up. Oh, ribs. Ribs and French fries. And sushi. A little box of sushi. Anyway, back when I bought this thing, it was either $3.99 or $4.99. I was at the store the other day and I saw the mini brands again. Like, fill your mini refrigerator, I think is what it says. Or fill your little refrigerator or something. So apparently they probably sold a little refrigerator to put all these products in. It was $12.99 for the same crap it seemed like. I mean, I could be wrong because I'm not a toy like little girl, basically little girl toys. Like I don't know, man. Like I guess there's all kinds of adults like myself that have food interests that would collect these, but of course they make these little mystery balls in a gazillion different things, and you know, this one might be. Nah, it can't be a date. It's just a serial number. I was gonna say because I've had that longer than 2022. I know I've had that longer than 2022. Hell, I think I opened that thing up before I went on the TV show, if I remember right. Well, that just got real harsh real quick. I had to hit it 3 times to feel like I was getting a hit, though. It's got a slight kind of off flavor of cheap tobacco. Kind of, in this case, kind of gym socky kind of flavor. I know that's weird, but not quite BO, but like a gym sock. Just a little dirty tasting. Kind of smells that way too. I smell it. Might just be something in this one because I didn't smell it till it got down about halfway, which is about where it's at right now. It ends, the cigarette ends right there, right where my fingernail's at. So there's not much left. It's 50-50 with the filter right now. It's very light though. These must be either lights or ultra lights, because usually these Canadian ones that I must not have smoked one of these recently. I would have remembered it. Kind of makes my throat hurt just a little bit. And it's light. Really light. Yeah, that was a dang good meal. Other than the cheese spread could have been jalapeno variety. Everything else, which I added the grape drink, so that doesn't really count. But everything else, pretty good. I wonder if that doesn't have a little bit of regular fruit, real fruit in it. I don't think there's an ingredients list on the old pack. Actually, I know there isn't. But it definitely does have that mouthfeel of grape juice. That kind of slightly dry flavor or feeling. I ain't had that with any other like regular grape drink, so that tells me, or that makes me think that the pixie stick thing would not recreate this. You know what I mean? It is refreshing. Sweet, Kool-Aid-y, kind of. Stellar Industries Incorporated. Des Plaines, Illinois. Des Plaines! Des Plaines! Dissolved contents, yeah. I think it had real fruit in it. I hadn't noticed that, really. Well, thank you. I've been growing the dang thing for a while, ever since I got hurt and I stopped shaving. Started growing the beard out. This camera makes it look great. My beard is not gray. I don't know how I could show you that, but it is not. I don't know why the camera does that. Is it because of my shirt? It is not. Huh. Is it that light? Still looks gray. When I look in the mirror, it don't look gray. I guess it doesn't matter. It's the way it looks on camera. So on camera, if it looks gray, it's gray. See, like the back of my hair right there, it's gray. My hair's grown out. I gotta get a cut. It's driving me crazy. I've never, not never. I have had long hair when I was a kid. My oldest son has super long hair. My younger son would let his grow out, but not like long, like a woman's hair. My older son has like women's hair. I get people commenting to me, like, is your son the one with the hair? Yeah, that's it. That's him. Apparently he's got pretty good hair. Hopefully he doesn't. Look, I wasn't going bald until COVID. And then COVID, like, I watched it fall out. COVID definitely, it probably changed anybody who had its DNA and all, who knows what all it done. I think that was a planned release. Call me a conspiracy theorist. I don't care. That's what I think. And I have other ideas about who and what and why I think that it happened, when it happened, and how it happened. It's a pretty new theory that I've got rolling, but it just lines up so well. I guess I could explain it real quick if you want to know. But there's a lot going on. Was today Disclosure Day? When they're supposed to be releasing the UFO and alien evidence, conspiracy theories and facts? Yeah, 6 months. Now it's about 3 weeks. But yeah, the difference between a conspiracy theory and facts, I always heard 6 months is what I always heard, but now that time limit has changed. And you go back, like, look, I'll tell you one thing that keeps coming in my mind. I don't know why. I know why, but I don't, and at the same time, it didn't make sense why it was coming in my mind so often. But I disagree with Alex Jones on some of the things that he's saying and doing now. That's besides the point. What the government allowed and did to that man will go down in history as the case that set the precedent that lost free speech. The laws were already there in the Patriot Act anyway. The Patriot Act needs to be repealed and burnt on the Capitol front steps. I'm serious. That thing needs to be a bonfire. It's about that tall. The Patriot Act, it's about that tall. 3 people read it before they voted on it. And all 3 people that read it voted against it. I've not read it. I've read parts of it. The horrible parts of it I've seen. It basically revokes the entire Constitution. You don't have to take my word for it. Look into it. The only reason that you haven't seen it or noticed it is because they haven't enforced it yet. But as soon as they decide to, they already have it. It's already passed. It's already there. It's already done. That thing needs to be revoked. And again, never be seen again. And I'll tell you something else I've been thinking a lot about here lately. We're all guilty of, if we want to search something or whatever we're doing, we'll come here to YouTube or we'll go to Google, right? Google is the main driving force of the internet, period. I can't remember, I think the last I seen, it's been a while, since I saw a stat on this years. But I think, if I recall correctly, 90% of searches at that time, it's been a while, went through the Google search engine. Okay? 90%. I think that number's higher now. I do. My problem with that is Google is not unbiased. Google is not unwavering. Google is controlled opposition. They absolutely are and have rewritten history. It's just a fact. So the videos and articles that they take and have taken down, will take down, have taken down in the past, or currently taking down, 90% or better, probably 99.8% of them, they have no real justification for taking them down. They might say, well, it's offensive. Offensive to who? And who cares? That didn't used to matter. When you posted something on the internet, it was on there forever. You guys remember that? You remember if you posted something online, it was there, and there was nothing you could do about it. Now, that's the furthest thing from the truth. Because now, things disappear all the time. And I'll just go back and give you a... This started with the 9/11 stuff. But they really started kicking it into overdrive late 2015, early 2016. And they did the adpocalypses. It happened twice through PewDiePie. Well, they blamed it on PewDiePie. And then there was a Steven Crowder, Vox adpocalypse that happened. Where a bunch of YouTube channels and videos and things got wiped off the internet, and people got demonetized, and for no real reason, mind you, other than maybe talking like I'm talking right now, and they talking about the jab, and that's harmful to people. So what? They don't have to watch. Like, you don't have to watch this right now. You can click off. You see what I mean? Like, it used to be, you can turn the channel on the television. That's how things used to. If you didn't like it, so what? So what? The SEC, yes, there's guidelines and rules when it comes to televised entertainment, which I think that there's probably or should be some sort of similar rules when it comes to online content. You know what I'm saying? Like, somewhat. But at the same time, depending on how, like, YouTube is supposed to be, whatever interests you can post. And I think you should be able to do that. And that's how it used to be. The people that really made YouTube popular and really picked the platform up, YouTube has wiped most of their videos, or all of them. I'm disgusted by that. Every once in a while, I throughout the years, I try to go back and watch some of that content, rewatch some of that content. It's not there, or it's not the same. It's been edited, or the channel's gone altogether. All kinds of stuff like that's going on. So, Google has more power, possibly, than all countries' governments combined. I know how crazy that sounds, but it's true. They have more power and influence. Between the other social media platforms, Meta, Twitter, back in 2020, 2019, 2020, 2020. Yeah, the election was in November of 19, or was it November of 20 and then 21? Took office 21. That's what it was. Election 20. Anyway, for instance, let's just bring up the Hunter Biden laptop, which was 150%. Well, it was 100% real. 100%. There was no disputing it. There was no disputing it then. Yet they hid it from everyone. And they kind of released it after the election happened. And there were polls where they were out asking people, hey, had you known about this, would you still vote the way you did? All kinds of people were like, no, had I seen that or known that, I would have not have voted that way. Okay. Hunter, whatever. And you can go down the list of things that have happened, but this really started with the censorship of like 9/11 content. And that really, really started in 2015-16. Then in 2020, 2021, when the pandemic came in, things really changed. So in 2017, the Vegas incident happened. I was paying attention to, I was involved with conversations online, all the content that was being made, people, creators talking about it, whatever, right? There were probably 30 to 50, not very big to big, channels that were really investigating what was going on with the October 1st, the Vegas thing. Almost all of that content is gone now. I watched with my own two eyes. It was 2 days after it happened. I watched FBI people employed by the FBI, because they had FBI coveralls on that said FBI in yellow across their back, walking around that parking lot in Las Vegas with a pan and a roller with long handles, multiple of these people, and black paint, going around and painting over literal evidence. 2 days after it happened. 2 days. Nothing they told us about that day that they said happened is what happened. I don't care. If you don't believe me, I highly encourage you to actually look into what. See, the thing is, we got to stop letting stuff like that go. Number one. Number two, we got to stop electing career politicians and stuffed shirts as our representatives, because they ain't like us. We're different. They're not like us. Do you get what I'm saying? We have to elect normal people, which means normal, regular, everyday Americans need to be running for office everywhere. Most local stuff, not all, because we're looking at, there's been a pretty large shift over the past 4 or 5 years of local governments being taken over by non-Americans. We can't let that happen. They don't want to assimilate to our culture, our country, our language, our customs, our anything. Look, I'm all about you doing whatever you want to do, but you also have to kind of mesh with what we already got going on here. You can't just come here and bring your country's crap customs and habits with you that you're running away from. You can't do that. Like, it's never been that way, and we've never allowed that before. Why are we letting it happen now? So, we got to have more regular people. We got to have more everyday folks who have worked manual labor, 9-to-5 jobs, or, blue-collar jobs, even white-collar jobs to an extent. But most of those stuffed shirt type people, we need them out of politics. Again, they're not like us. Why are we electing representatives that they don't have a clue how our day-to-day lives are? They don't have a clue. And they never will, unless something insane happens and it completely flips their life upside down and changes their lifestyle. unless it's a money thing. 90% of the time, it's not always. Sometimes it's by choice. Um, but because there are people with money who are like us. They exist. I know some of them. I like those people way better than I like the ones that are. They're just weird, man. Like they're disconnected from humanity, it seems like. And that's the best way I can put it. I know some of these people that are people that I would I don't trust them to represent me. Yet they are. And I don't like that. That's almost, if not all, of our politicians right now. Maybe not all, but I'm going to say the vast majority, meaning what? 98 to 99%. There's very few normal, regular people in politics. I don't even like talking about politics, but how else are we going to fix this? I don't know. But I've been thinking about it a lot lately. And the road we've headed down, and I don't like where we're at right now. Personally, I don't. Some people do. Some people are like, yep, this is exactly where we should be. This is what we should be doing. I see those people. I hear them. I'll listen to their argument. I haven't heard any of them have a good argument, though. Not yet. That's a problem. If you can't defend and have a good argument for your stance, then I don't know. Bread and circuses. Bread and circuses. I've never heard that before. As a guns right activist and competitive shooter, there is no way that old man. Oh, yeah. Vegas was a joke. Dude, you and I both know. Like, I haven't discussed this with you, but what they said happened and bump stock AR-15s from the 32nd floor. No. That was a belt-fed machine gun all day long, every day. Every military vet that I know that ran machine guns that I've listened to, there's the cab driver clips, there's two of them that I typically use to show them because she was supposedly directly under where it was all coming from, which is not where it all came from, by the way. I think they had a remote controlled belt fed with a couple thousand rounds sitting next to it that was just up there with a thermal on it that they panned around, motorized, panned around, sitting up on top of what they call the porch. That's what I think happened. And I think that there were also, I know that there were helicopters flying around like crazy with their transponders off, all kinds of stuff. We could go down that rabbit hole, but you can look into this. Everything that I just said is, part of it was theory, but the other part's true. The helicopter part is verifiably 100% true. It's on camera. It's all there. The other part is just my theory on what I think happened. Pretty sure that's what happened. The government has all kinds of technology that we're not privy to. They've got certainly much further advanced toys and weapons than we know about. But a remote controlled belt fed machine gun, that's pretty simple. I think we could both agree that exists. And I mean, that's the most likely culprit of what did that day. And of course, when you go down the rabbit hole and you start looking at the one and only body-worn camera footage of when they actually entered his hotel room, his suite, and the guy goes, "We do not have a window that is broken. We do not." And he's walking all over in front of where there's supposed to be thousands of rounds on the ground and broken glass and whatever. None of that's there. I think Paddock was laying there for hours before they actually went in the room and they fired a round into him or whatever. He was already laying there on the ground, gone. I think he he might have been. He might have been. This is just a possibility. He might have been a gun dealer and was fixing to take out some. I don't know. I don't know what explains the whole ordeal, but I do have a couple theories. I think it's possible. This is one of my. This is a theory that I've had probably since 2017, which would only be a couple months after it happened. October, November, December. I had 3 months of 2017, more or less. But I had this theory early on after seeing everything that happened and seeing the helicopters land and hearing all of the other things that were going on at the same time. I think it's possible because there was at least 4 rogue helicopters flying around. I think it's possible that a extremely well-oiled team flew in, robbed the largest casinos in Las Vegas, and then dipped. And I do not think that they would tell that story because, number one, of how easily it was for them to do it. Just look at how easily the crown jewels were just stolen. All right? I think Vegas, given the right type of people, Vegas is where you're going to come up on the most cash, probably anywhere. They keep tons of cash out for payouts and pay-ins, people paying in with cash. I would say Vegas probably has more cash on hand than just about, if not anywhere else, outside of like gold at Fort Knox or something like. Because that's not currency though. It is, but it isn't. You know what I'm trying to say? Paper money. So I think it's possible that they just hit the largest casinos. They used all that crap over there as a distraction, set up that remote controlled deal. That way everybody was focusing on that area. And then they came in and bow, because you had stuff going on at Tropicana, you had stuff going on at the Luxor, you had all over the place. And then, like, I don't know how many months later, it might have been 2 years later, when we finally got the body-worn camera footage of the officers that were all over town for the rest of the night. And around, I think it was around midnight, 12:30, there was these 3 or 4 round bursts. I can't remember which one. One's way more common than the other. Is it 4 round burst that's way less common, or is it 3 round burst? It does matter, but anyways, there was an odd burst fire that happened around 12:30 at night, and it's on like 9 different body-worn cameras footage. So 4 round is less common, 3 is common for. Okay, so then it was 4 round bursts, because I don't know if you've seen or heard this, Elandil. If you haven't, you really should look this up because it's pretty fascinating. But at around 12 or 12:30, on 9 different police body-worn cameras footage, you hear 4 round bursts going off. Some of the cops are closer to it, you know, because they're scattered all over town. But they all hear it, and I think most or all of them comment, "Is that machine gun fire? Or is that a gun?" So it's really it gets interesting, man. So their operation, it went on for about 2.5 hours. Then, if we take that as being one of the last incidents, so Vegas is not what it appeared. 9/11 certainly was not what it appeared. You know, what's something else that bothers me here recently that I've been thinking about is Trump used to talk about and want to get to the bottom of the whole dancing Israelis thing. And most people don't even know about this. I've known about this for a long time. I remember this happening in when it happened, but I didn't think really anything of it in 2001. But I remember when I really started diving into stuff in around 2007, I was like, holy crap. Those guys were fully involved, could have orchestrated the entire thing, and we just sent them home on airplanes. We interviewed them and sent them home. Like, what? Insane. They were standing up on top of a building or a parking garage next to, and this old woman saw them up there with video cameras, and after they hit the buildings, they were dancing and cheering and all excited. The dancing Israelis. Mm-hmm. So you tell me. Government acts like, we can't tell you the truth. You're not ready for it. You can't handle it. Try us. Try me. If you're not absolutely implicated in the wrongdoings, then just tell us the truth. Us adults, we'll handle it. We can deal with it. Then we can actually deal with it. Yeah, I'm so sick of the government treating us like we're idiotic kids that don't know any better. Although, I will say, there are a lot of people that give me pause that don't really have common sense anymore. Common sense is not common anymore. That I've been saying that for years now. Yep. Well, anyways, I know I have definitely bored people off the internet tonight, and I have ran people off of my ramblings here. I apologize. Wait, what neither is logical thinking? Oh, dude, definitely look. If you haven't seen that, you gotta check it out. There's this girl. I call her a girl. She's like early 20s. When she did the film, so it's been a couple, 2-3 years, I think now, since she did a pretty decent. She didn't catch all the stuff that I would have liked to have seen in a documentary about October 1st, 2017, October 31st, October 1. It was the first. Anyway, she didn't catch all of it, but that part right there is in her documentary. The documentary is about 2 hours long, I think, but it's pretty well put together. She makes some pretty good points. She shows some pretty good stuff. Oh, I can't remember what the name of it is. It shouldn't be too well. It's probably hard to find. Just being honest, like it's probably buried. It's a good one though. But yeah, if you haven't seen the 4-round bursts at around midnight, 1 o'clock, somewhere in there, 12:30, 12:45, something like that. And then there's cops standing across the road. They might have been two of the ones that caught the burst fire as well. Anyways, they're standing across the road, and within eyesight is the Luxor. I think it's the Luxor. But they're standing on like a corner with a crosswalk and a 4-way red light, traffic coming, whatever. It was pretty dead though. Roads might have been closed off at that point. Anyways, they're standing there, and there's a guy cop and a lady cop, and the lady cop said, "Is that somebody on a zip line?" She's like, "That looks like a guy on a zip line." He's like, "It does. What is that?" And then that's just it. Like, they don't go look for these people. That's just it. They comment on it, and they just kind of stand around, like walk around in a circle. What are y'all doing? If you're seeing a guy ziplining out of a building in Las Vegas, I know there is a zip line in Vegas now, but a zip line that is not supposed to be there. Let's just put it like that. Are you not going to go investigate and see what is going on there, especially right after what just happened? I don't know, man. Or maybe, and I never heard this on the film or anything, but maybe they were looking at it and were like, "Oh no, that's not what that is. That's nothing," or whatever. Maybe. But for both of them to be like, "Yeah, that's what that looks like. That sounds to me like that's what that was." That's an interesting thing that happened that night as well. Let alone the helicopters landing at a couple different places in town that were not owned by the police. That's interesting. Not the tourist helicopters either. You just have to look into that too if you didn't know about it. But yeah. They lie to us. They tell us that what they tell us is the truth. And if you pay attention and have common sense, you know that that couldn't be further from the truth. But they just expect you to take it, listen to what they say, take it as the gospel, it's the truth, and just live on. Pay your 50 to 60% in taxes, because if you factor in everything that we pay taxes on and how much we pay taxes and everything, we're paying so much in taxes it's not even funny. We fought a war. People back in the day fought a war in this country over a 3% tax. And here we are giving half of the money that we work for away. I saw where Trump pardoned like 5 people. The first one that's in my head, he committed $6 billion. Or maybe it was some ungodly number. I think it was $6 billion in insurance fraud. And Trump pardoned him. All the people that he owed money to, that he defrauded, they get nothing now because he was pardoned of his crime. There was 3 other people listed like that had committed fraud. One was 800 million. Another guy was a lower number, like 60 million. That's still an insane amount of money. Trump pardoned all these guys. Why? Why wasn't that all over the mainstream media also? Like, because I didn't see it. Just stumbled across that gem last night. That could have all been very recent stuff that he's done. Never imagined he would do crap like that. Nor did I imagine that look, his first term he avoided. He actually created peace in the Middle East for the first time, pretty much in a long time ever. And that's kind of what I thought he was pushing for him to do. And now, y'all know what that is. Y'all know we're doing the opposite. The opposite. Which you can't listen to the media either. I heard them saying oil's going to hit $200 a barrel. You better stock up on fuel while you can. Which means the price of everything else will go up if that does happen. Because to do anything, you have to have energy. So it's a trickle-down effect. Anyway, I got a mess to clean up. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. There's Tucker Carlson popping up on my notifications. Israel's dark plan exposed. He's been doing a pretty good job, in my opinion. And then old Trump come out and denounced him the other day. What a douche. That was a real douche move. He if he didn't like it, whatever. You didn't need to come out and say anything. I thought that was pretty shady. Anyway, a little disappointed in that, how things are going. I don't know. It's easy for us to stand here and talk about it, look at screens, and one of these days, we're probably not going to be able to do that. It's going to end up, eventually. Like that's, I'm sure, always the goal of anybody who wants to start a conflict with us, is to bring it to our doorstep. So here's hoping, praying that never happens. Not okay with sending people elsewhere either. Fighting wars that we got no dog in that fight. No dog in that fight. Holy war, been going on forever. We got no business sticking our nose in it. That's my opinion. I don't know enough about it to know the logistics and the specifics, and I really didn't have a hard opinion on it other than we shouldn't be doing what we're doing now. Either side, all sides. It's time to get along, people. It's not that hard. It really ain't that hard. It's way easier to get along than it is to fight. Some people just refuse to do so. It's always a measuring contest. All right. Well, again, I've babbled on enough. I'm sure I ran enough people off, so my bad. I just unloaded a. I don't talk. I haven't really talked to anybody probably since all this crap started. Just been thinking about it, bottling it all up. I did talk to Greg the other day. gabeRILLA is what he's going by on YouTube now. But yeah, I talked to Greg the other day, and he's in Israel. Took me a couple days after it happened, and I was like, "Oh shit! I better check on him, see how he's doing." So I got on Discord, got a hold of him, and then we got on a phone call, and yeah, we're still alive. That's what he said. Still kicking, so. But yeah. Weird times, man. Weird times. Like I said, we need more regular people running things from the ground up. Normal people. But that means that normal people have to run for office. And everybody is under this false sense of you have to be a millionaire or more to run for any type of meaningful office. I don't think that's the case anymore. Was it 2020? 2022 maybe? I saw a story about it. I think it was the mayor of New Jersey or something. Just a regular dude started like a social media campaign. He was a truck driver. And started like running his campaign just like this, talking to people online, doing it online, and he won. He won his election. Didn't spend hardly any money. He had a little bit of donations that they spent on a little bit of PR stuff or whatever. I don't know what they spend money on, but did a little bit of that, but he won. That was an inspiring story. Working class, regular folk getting a pretty meaningful political office. That's what we need more of. That's the only solution that I see. We keep letting these old stuffed shirt business rich guys make calls for us when they don't even know us. We're going to continue to have more of the same. We got to make a change. But hey, I can say that till I'm blue in the face, till it starts happening. I guess I need to start the trend. Well, the guy in Jersey started the trend. I can't remember his name. I need to find that story again. It's a pretty good one when I saw it. Anyway, all right, I'm actually going to sign off here this time, clean up my mess. And I'll try to see you guys next week. I might have something going on. I can't remember. I don't know. I've barely been sleeping with my cat the way she is. It sucks, man. It just really sucks. All right. Well, here's to hoping maybe she does some sort of miracle and somewhat gets better. That'd be amazing. All right. Thanks to my patrons. Thanks you guys for hanging out for this live stream. I hope I didn't make anybody too awful mad. I did. I don't know. I didn't say anything that I didn't feel or I think is true. So, sorry for that. But I'm not sorry for how I feel and think. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.